story. Here we go. My head pounding, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Vincent's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow week since I had any real cases to work on, so I passed the time pacing the office, smoking, and started at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bed sheet. I don't dare to look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. Afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. A girl came in so quiet I nearly choked on my cigarette.
Mister? Please, you gotta help me, mister.
Calm down. Sit and talk slow.
Okay, thanks. It's just no one will listen to me.
Just tell me you tell. I'm listening. She eyed me with a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might be a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress and manned all over the newspapers the infamous banker Mr. Edgar Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, a philodendron bastard, but this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago.
You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's gotta get in trouble.
I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger?
Well, mister,
Jack. You can call me Jack.
Jack, whatever. Whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He wouldn't have never left me without me. He promised me.
I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things.
Please, the cops won't listen to me. And they want to bring him in on charges. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him.
Honestly, I don't doubt they are in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically an entire police force in his deep pockets, probably why they haven't found him yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. Oh shit, I can't press next. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now.
Oh, thank you, mister. Jack, thank you. But please, be careful. I don't think this was just any murder or kidnapper. I think it was a beast.
Beast? The word struck me funny, like when a jar your elbow on a hard corner. Not a word many use these days except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, alright. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseen urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years, back when I was still caught myself. I can help you. We'll get on the bottom of it. Don't you worry now.
And you seem like the kind of man who go good at solving mysteries.
Sure. Can't you see how busy I am with cases? I replied a little too harshly, Sarcasm wasn't really my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I don't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. That night I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I got a knack for finding things others overlook. A knack, more of a symptom of a condition other less than useful. Symptoms I kept in check, but for this time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Seduction. A strangely familiar smell. I expected the scent of temptation or maybe an overripe fear, but Mr. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when he left this world. Brought new meaning to a crime, a passion. Pushing that thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Muddy footprints everywhere, difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But the cops don't wear 2,000 pairs of Cardinals. It looked like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger among its length and felt a chill down my spine. It wasn't just any burn mark, this was the mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here. But I was no stranger to strange. After looking around for a while longer, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me. So I tucked back to my apartment and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. The next morning I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I mentioned for her to step inside, seemingly afraid of what I might say. She finally worked up the courage to ask.
So, what did you find?
Not sure what beasts, but something unusual was at play.
Unnatural? What do you mean?
I can't give you details, but I'm looking into it.
What does that mean? What about Reggie? Do you know where he might be?
Found his footprints. Seems like he got out safely. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds.
But do you know where he went? Do you think the news this morning is related?
What news is that?
Haven't you heard?
Nope. Rough night, followed by a rough morning.
They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night.
Let me guess. Jeff Armstrong is missing too. My face might be betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicions, but it faded quickly. Armstrong was a shit of a cop and a shit of a sheriff. He was half the reason I left the force. But now his wife was dead, and I had more questions than I've ever did that day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the spitting pain at my temples. I told Lily I I needed time to work and she left. Sadly dejected, wanted more answers than I could provide. That night after the cops had cleared out of the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Miss Armito's untimely demise. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil, and could it be that smell again? That someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as a perfume. Hit me like a long forgotten memory, but the sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands shaking, the nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now, reformed. I had to focus, no jumping to the conclusions, follow the evidence. Red Phoenix cigarettes, same shitty brand I smoked every day. Everyone's got their vice. There, just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric torn and caught in the splinter of a board. Police reported it didn't say anything about Miss Armito wearing purple, and was certainly one of a quality that couldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around fluttering royal purple threads. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking down out there, the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the unfortunable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the dock slipped and lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long have I been out? I had really slept through the entire next day. A newspaper was sitting under the door as I stood to fetch it, and I nearly fell over. A wave of Najara hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up that paper, I could already read the headline. Bricky. Maid missing, wife found dead. 2 cases in a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of inquiries and call all victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of inhibitor pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Then it caught me off guard on the other side.
Jack, where you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day.
I've been busy. I'm not sure Miss Vivian's crime scene.
Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe.
She gave me a soft kiss on my cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay, but that would be a lie. The alley was located just beyond the high-rise apartments where Mayor Van Zandt and his wife lived. I could tell the police was spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They didn't even bother to submit the trash into evidence. They at least looked through the dumpster and seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags, unusual. means someone was dumping documents if they were lucky. They didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot! Shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes, and I knew Mayor Vinny was corrupt, but this was unbelievable. And there was more letters between Mayor Vinny and Chief Amato, talking about me, how they were trying to get me shut down. They didn't even like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this. Vinny's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he have just left in his car? I didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him. But the stakes were too high, and my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. As I searched around for anything I might arouse my fears, I caught the scent again. It overwhelmed my other senses with undoubting pleasure. It was intoxicating. A weapon used on the weak-willed, a weapon I knew all too well. Thought it had been many years since I had used it. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? It wasn't possible. Was it? I was taking my inhibitors. I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back to the alley when I saw something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch, though. My watch. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. It couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would have probably showed up at any minute to knock down the door, cart me anyway. They would put it together before long. Maybe it would be best for everyone if I had simply faced my own reflection. But Lily was still there, waiting for me.
Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
My own ghost, come back to haunt me from my past.
You're not making any sense, Jack. Come sit down.
You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good last look at her as I prepared myself to shove her out the door. I know she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. Odd that I hadn't really noticed it before, but made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was fried out, the edges torn in pieces. My chair caught my knees failed me. It was you! You're the murderer, succubus!
Oh, Jack, you are the one I'm the same. You and I, we're both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills just only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true natures. You are an incubus.
Those men probably dead to now. I figured she probably took them to their lair and harvested their seed. So you've done all this just to wake me up.
You could say that, though it seemed enough just have you doubt yourself. You believe you are still capable of such horrors, which means deep down you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed.
You took my watch. You messed with my head.
Oh, don't act like you didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone, and now they are.
And much of the strength to stand again and move casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep talking. I've never met a succubus who seduces and kills women.
Oh, please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to pleasure of the flesh. But I still need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed I've harvested from those awful men and planted among the fertile masses for me. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to settle down and start a family.
The maniacal laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bed sheet off the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection and sucked into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream, trapped. Shooting my eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer and aimed it at the mirror. And fired. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Make sure you press that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.